Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at energy fuels as per a request from a previous video, and we can see that for most of the lifetime of this chart we have been in a downtrend, and in Elliott waves when we are counting an uptrend we need to start from the lowest point, the lowest low on the chart. This means that we are instead focusing on this chart. If it loads up, yeah, seems to be gone. There it is. So in this time frame, from the 2020 low, which is the lowest low, we can count very nicely 5 waves to the upside, which is a very promising prospect for continuation. And in these 5 waves in green, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, as shown on the chart already. And we have the support zone from $4.10 down to around $1.40. Now, we did already reach the support zone fairly recently in April, and we did react to it, but this doesn't mean that we certainly started the wave 3 to the upside. While I do have a couple of scenarios on the chart, and one of them does show that this could be the end, we still need to be careful, and as shown by this trend line, we are still in a downtrend, and I wouldn't really discard it even after we break this high right here. Not necessarily. Maybe after we break this high as well, we can be more hopeful for a direct uptrend. But for now, we need to be cautious, as we even are in a channel, maybe to the downside, as you can see here. Yeah, we can even have a channel drawn here. But these are just guidelines, not hard evidence if it breaks that we are going one way or another. So in this lower time frame, in this wave 2, we have the 2 counts, as I mentioned earlier, the 2 scenarios. And firstly, we have the white scenario, which has a wave W here, and the wave X up, and the wave Y to the downside. It's a double combo correction, and this assumes that this wave 2 would have finished here, and we also have on the chart the red scenario, in which we instead had a wave A that ended here, and then a wave B up, and now we would have a wave C to the downside. Of course, it doesn't have to be an ABC. We could end up having still a WXY, but with the prospect that in the red count we are still going lower. We will determine later if we find support directly after the third wave to the downside, or we form a fourth and a fifth if the red count follows through. Now, going in the shorter time frame here, in the white count we do already have a wave 1 to the upside. We formed the wave 2, we did react to the support zone very nicely, even twice here if we count this wick below, but it reacted very nicely nonetheless, and then we formed possibly another 1, 2 to the upside, which should then allow us to push higher. Now, after this wave 1, within the third wave, it's a bit hard to determine where it ended and what this movement is after it. It could be just an expanded flat where we actually end up going still lower, but find support zone somewhere in this area still. Let's say it ended here, and we would have the support zone up to or down from $5.14 down to around $4.50. And yeah, that is a possibility, and it is a decent one, I might say. Now, in the red count, as I said, we have this C wave to the downside that is still forming, and it could take us quite lower. if we look at the extensions here in red from the A wave that ended here and this B wave, we can have an ideal target for the C wave at around $2.75, but due to how big the first wave here in the first wave 1 in this wave C was, we already reached the 78.6% retracement, and if it does indeed play out as a C wave and we have 5 waves to the downside, we might end up going much lower than the ideal target for the C wave than the 100% extension. Again, there's the possibility that it ends after 3 waves even in the red scenario. But as we can see on the chart, we do have the resistance zone in red, and we did react to it very nicely, which means that there's likelihood to this scenario as well. So in this chart, while it is very promising, like, let me tell you, even with considering that this uptrend is just an ABC correction, we can still look, and sorry, let me make this the basic extension, we can still look for continuation to the upside from $17 up to even 47 in an ideal target to the upside. So it is very promising, but this chart still needs to prove itself. So we should track closely what happens next, and especially if we manage to break above this resistance zone. If we end up in the green zone again, we have a very nice entry opportunity, and even in these two, well, maybe not this one at the moment, but even in the white support zone, we also have a nice entry with potential for very good risk-reward ratio to the upside. So this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover. I will continue to keep you updated on this chart and others, and yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye bye.